Well, look here. I got my radiator. So I guess I'll do a video on this. Well, first of all, I had to take the front off again. Yeah, I did squeeze it in there as a test fit just before, but I thought, you know what, I better take the whole front off and do this right. Put a rubber mat across here or a rubber block across here, and maybe even put some riv nuts in these holes here. Now I'll see how I go at the moment. Well, I guess the next thing I've got to do is make some straps to go across here so I can put the thermatic fan on the front. I don't have enough room on the back, so I've got to turn the fan around on that thermatic fan as well and turn it into a pusher. So this is what I've come up with. A couple of straps here, some countersunk screws with some nylox, and then it'll go on the radiator like this. So it's time to bolt this thing in. And what I've done here is got a piece of rubber from the local rubber store, punched some holes in it, and that's just going to insulate it on this bit of steel here. Probably don't need it, but I've done it just in case it does move a little bit. I mean the radiator, that is. And that way I won't wear the bottom tank out. There you go, it's bolted in. Now what I've got to do is find some hoses to go from here to here, and one from here to here, and also get these things in here. Now these are in a different spot since I made these pipes here, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to figure something out here. Just another shot from the front there, and the problem I've got to solve here, this has got to go into here. And there it is with some hoses on it. One top one, and there's a bottom one there. Well, this bottom one's off a Ford Falcon XF6 cylinder. And this top one, well, it's a cut down one off a Toyota Land Cruiser. Well, I got up this morning and I did a little bit more work. I've hooked up the thermatic fan there. That's all connected now, and I even put some hoses here. I was worried about this, but this seems to work. It's just enough away from the belt there. And I can always put a little bracket on that later. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick this in the guts, see if we can get some oil pressure. I've got the spark plugs out. Let's give it a go. Let's all give it a go. You know, I've been putting oil down the bores for the last few years just to make sure they didn't rust up. So I reckon some oil's going to splatter out all over the place. Here I go. Check this out. Some oil pressure on the starter. That's pretty cool. So, well, I guess we've got to put some spark plugs in this, and
what's going on?
And we got some fuel popping out of the carburetor. Oh, out of the back here.
Is it a leak?
Ah, so we might have these bowls set a little bit too high. Not that I did it, but this carby has been sitting around in the cupboard there for a while. It might have been bumped, and I'll have to pop this off and just reset this rear bowl level. Well, I don't know what to say. I've had this carburetor completely apart, and we found a few things wrong. So I'm just putting it back together again, and I'm going to chuck it back on the car and or truck, whatever I call the thing. And I guess we're just going to see if it still throws fuel out of here. Anyway, I'll see you on the truck. And you know, if I can't get this working, maybe I'll put one of these ones on. We've got a double pumper here. We've got an Edelbrock. We've got another Edelbrock. I think that one's probably, well, this one here is way too big. I think that's like a 750. What do we got here? 670 Street Avenger. That's a pretty carb, isn't it? Look at that. That might just flood the old girl, that's all. So we'll try and get this 600 working. What are you doing there, Paul?
Adding water.
Oh yeah, H2O. But this bottle's empty.
Yeah.
You know, it's taken a bit of water, eh? How many of them have you put in already? 4?
No, this is, it's got 10 plus this one.
Oh, that's not so bad, I guess. We've got a totally dry block there. So we might be here for you know, a little while we fill it up this old-fashioned way instead of just getting the hose there. You know, some of you might be thinking, Rob, you're supposed to put coolant in that. You know what? I'm just going to put water in it for now. Once it's all running and everything's fine and we've got it all tuned up, don't know if we'll get it tuned up today, but once it's all running and I'm happy with it, then I'll drop it again and I'll put some coolant in it. So we've got everything connected. Spark plugs are in, the leads are all on. We've made sure it's got spark, and it does. We're just in the process of putting some water in it. And I think we're going to kick this in the guts. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I mean, I've started plenty of engines and it's been a little while, and like I said, just that little bit nervous. I know I shouldn't be. All right, well, let's see what happens. All right, we're going to give it a go, Paul. Let's see what happens. Okay, by the sounds of things, we need a little bit more advance. All right, let's kick it in the guts again. Look at that. She runs no problem. Don't worry about all of this smoke. It's just, you know, residual oil that's been left over everywhere. And I do know I've got an oil leak on that rocker cover right there. We'll have to check that out. Make sure it's not going all over the floor. Doesn't seem to be. Well, not just yet. That was a pretty quick startup. That was pretty crazy that it sat there and idled quite nicely too. I like it. Right, there's a few things going on here. We need to put a, what is that? Vacuum hose onto the vacuum advance there for the Dizzy, because that's just disconnected at the moment. We'll also need to do some timing, because as you heard, that was pretty lazy on startup. All right, I'll do that. I'll go get some hose. I've got some hose in the other garage there. And did you say this was needing a better block off here on the back?
Oh, it's a bit grazed and cracked.
I might see if I can find a new one for that as well. All right, let's get that done and we'll kick it in the guts again. Well, we've got that sitting there idling again. I think we do have an oil leak over there. Is that dripping out of that rocker there?
No, I think it's the paint on the head is going on.
Oh yeah. I know there was a lot of oil on that side.
I'm going to get the RPM up a little bit.
All right. I might bring that RPM up. Just running this camshaft in. It's got a little while to go yet. It's been running for a good 5 minutes. I reckon we let it sit for another 10 minutes. I reckon we'll call this done. I didn't even start the timer until about a minute into it. Everything's sweet. I'm going to shut this down and call it done. Well, there you have it. It's made it under its own power all the way out to the front. Let's take it for a drive. Well, there you have it. The Chevy drives and everything seems to be okay. There's still a few more things to get this thing registered, so stick around and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. See yas!